The team that is the least watchable, I think it was the same as last year. The Utah Jazz. Because the Utah Jazz are not trying to be watchable. Also, there's not even an interesting story. You know what? There is an interesting story. What do we got here? Ace Bailey. Good player. He's looking nice out there. Also, though, I will say, preseason doesn't matter. Preseason tells you nothing about anyone. It isn't even a scrimmage. It's literally, let's stretch our legs. It's a warm-up, you know? So I don't think you can draw any conclusions. You know what? Scratch that. The Spurs and the Jazz played a nice little game. It was nice to see some competitiveness between the Spurs and the Jazz. There you go. It sounds like I'm beating her up. I'm not beating her up. She's just a noisy cat. So the Spurs and the Jazz played a good game. And it was nice because I liked to see the Jazz try to win, even though I don't think they're going to be trying to win. Someone brought this up. What is Will Hardy thinking right now? He has to be so depressed, right? He has to be so depressed. This cannot be what he thought his career as an NBA coach was going to be, right? Someone else brought this up. What if he goes to the Spurs? Because people seem to think he's a good coach. I don't know about NBA coaching. I don't know about NBA basketball. I don't know what makes good basketball other than the ball going in the hoop for your team. But people are riding for Will Hardy. Could he go back to the Spurs? I don't even know what the new coach of the Spurs name is. But if it doesn't work out with him, could Will Hardy go back there? Because that's where he got his start, was in San Antonio. I'm sure he's so depressed in Utah. Because I think maybe it was the Hoop Collective, but they brought up the fact, so it was Bill Simmons. They said, what does he say to his wife? Like, how does he explain his job to his wife? And they said, she's just probably happy that they have a nice house. Good school district. And yeah, probably right. But it has to be a miserable going to work. Imagine going to work. Imagine even being an equipment person for the Utah Jazz. Terrible. I imagine you walk in there and it stinks. I imagine you just smell an odor. It's not even like anything's rotting in there. Other than morale. They got Kyle Anderson. Danny Ainge probably thinks he's going to flip Kyle Anderson. You know he is. He's like, yeah, I'm going to trade him a couple seconds for him. Kevin Love can't believe he showed up to training camp. Can't believe he showed up to media day. With a millennial mustache. Wearing a Utah Jazz uniform. I thought he was going to retire. Good for him. He's known to get pissy. I mean, he wasn't happy about being traded. Can't say that he's not known for getting a little bit grouchy. But he's still there. George Niang. Again, Danny probably thinks he's going to flip him. Also, Jusuf Nurkic. I believe the Colin Sexton for Jusuf Nurkic deal, the Hornets got something from it. So it was as if the Jazz wanted Jusuf Nurkic. I thought that was going to be a part of a LeBron James trade. But it was not. LeBron James still a Laker. And Jusuf Nurkic is still a member of the Jazz. I'm sick of this team, man. I don't want to talk about them. The Bulls, I have them in my play-in wannabe. The Jazz are in the tanker category. Bulls are a play-in wannabe. And I have no interest in watching this team. The addition of Isaac Okoro on the Bulls, not enough to get me hard. Notable rookie Noah Esenge. Do you think I've been watching tape on him? Getting impressed? I've been watching tape, but I don't see it, man. But again, I might have just seen this guy get dunked on by Jonathan Furphy. And now I can't look at him the same way. Gave me the ick. It's possible. Nice, easy slide. The Wizards I'm a little bit excited for because I want to see Chris Middleton play his way out. I want to see CJ McCollum play his way out. This is a tanking team. They also need to tank. They need to be in the bottom. They need a top 10 pick to keep their pick. It's top 10 protected. So they're going to want to suck. CJ McCollum, he doesn't want to suck. He's probably thinking he's got a lot of good years left. Chris Middleton, probably a little bit less so, but I'm sure he doesn't want to be on a dog shit team. I doubt it. So that is what makes me a little bit excited about this team. But am I hype for the rookie Trey Johnson? No. Oh, but am I hype for Walton Clayton Jr.? I'm not. I can't even say his name. I was going to do a bit where it seemed like I was excited for Walton Clayton Jr., but then I fucked up his name. I think this team is going to be... I imagine I might watch one Wizards game at the beginning of the season if they have a decent start. But that's it. The Nets, I'm going to watch them because they have 5 rookies. And I want to see what they do with that. That's interesting. 5 rookies on a team? 5 first-round picks, right? First-round picks. Oh, they're going to play some of them. That's weird. That's wild. That's a little bit watchable. Also, Michael Porter Jr. is coming in here thinking, I'm the man. I'm the man in Brooklyn. Put my picture up in the subway platforms. People are going to come out and see me. Cam Thomas is like, I'm going to shoot every time I have the ball. I need to show everyone with cap space next year I can shoot and I can be a contributing member of a team. So everyone on this team, except for the rookies, I think wants out. They all are imagining themselves on teams with actual potential. And that is going to make for a disaster. I also think Jordi Fernandez, again, I think he might be even in a more hellish position than Will Hardy. Yeah. I think this team is going to set the record for most losses, least amount of wins. That's not even a hot take. This team is going to suck. And they're not even going to play for each other. I apologize for the sirens in the background. People might still be protesting. I don't know. Charlotte Hornets, I'm not excited about this team at all because I always get excited for the Charlotte Hornets every season. I'm like, ooh, nice little addition here. Nice little addition there. Let's see what they got. And then I find myself saying this every year, and I never get excited about them. They've been in the play-in once since LaMelo's been there. Hey, Summer League champions. Okay, that's something. There's just Liam McNeely. I'm sorry, I'm just not excited for this. I've lost it. One thing I do want to bring up, though, Miles Bridges is the most underrated player in the league. For good reason. Nobody's going to hype him up, right? No one's going to get excited about him. No one's going to praise him because he hits ladies. He throws pool cues, cue balls through ladies' windshields. No one's gonna. If you have something nice to say about him, you're not gonna say it. So, Miles Bridges is. You look at his stats, you're like, who's this guy? Look at these stats. Oh, it's Miles Bridges. Never mind. He is the most underrated player in the league, in my opinion. Pacers, I'm not interested in this team, and I know Halliburton's coming back. I know the East sucks, but I'm not going to watch any of these games. I'm not. Even with the addition of Jay Huff, I know. You just can't get me excited. Even with Johnny Furphy's dunk on Noah Senge, I know. I saw it. Still not going to tune in for Pacers games. I do think they are a playoff hopeful. Like I imagine they're going to be in the mix. Especially because I do think Halliburton will be back toward the end of the season. He's walking around. He's clapping his hands. Memphis, this is a team I do get excited about every year, but they did the thing where they traded away one of their great players to save a little bit of cash. So they're going to be worse. They brought in some other players that aren't as good, and they're going to be worse. I can't get excited about this team that just got worse, but made a better future for themselves. So I look at the team, I'm like, well, you're not going to be better. You can't just trade away Desmond Bane and say, we might be better. Why? Well, KCP. Remember that? Remember when he was 2-time champion? No. Come on, man. It's like when your family, you go on vacation like Disney World as a kid. One summer you go vacation Disney World. It's the greatest vacation you've ever had. It's the greatest week of your life. Following summer, your family's like, we're going to go to Ohio. We're going to go visit grandma and grandpa. And we're going to do a vacation around that. We're going to go to Cedar Point in Ohio. And we're going to stay with grandma and grandpa. You're like, okay. Like, I'm going to go. Yeah. It's vacation. But I'm not going to be you can't make me more excited than I was last year. It's a downgrade. It's okay. Family's still going on vacation. We're doing all right. It's a downgrade. So this team that didn't win the championship last year, didn't make it out of the first round of the playoffs, not going to be better. Projected for less wins. I think they're sort of like, we'll just save money and we'll just give this whole Jaren Jackson Jr., John Morant thing one more year. We'll see how it goes and we'll move on from here. We'll see if, both guys can stay healthy. Bucks, similar position as the Indiana Pacers. Good for y'all. Good for y'all for believing in yourselves. Good for you bringing in Miles Turner and convincing Jonas that he's on a championship team. I don't know how you did it, brothers, but you did it. Delusion. It's a beautiful thing. It is probably the most dangerous coping mechanism there is. Because Cole Anthony, love his attitude. Amir Coffey, remember last year? I asked the question, who gets a contract next year, Amir Coffey or Ben Simmons? I said Amir Coffey. Everyone else said Amir Coffey. Look where we are, brothers and sister, and they thems. We were right. Amir Coffey signing a contract with the Bucks. Ben Simmons, not. So I don't care about this team. No disrespect. I mean, I like the team. I just don't think they're going anywhere. And again, they're just going to be worse. Playing wannabe, the New Orleans Pelicans, we got some interesting storylines. They got to be good. They gave away a first-round pick for Derek Queen. What are you doing? You better make sure that pick is not a good pick. Derek Queen, you should be good. People think you're going to be good. You should be as good as people are expecting you to be based on the sacrifice they made to get you. That's going to be hard. People don't think you are. Jordan Poole, I'm on the Jordan Poole train because the Wizards beat my Denver Nuggets twice last year. And Jordan Poole was flexing on us. And I said, yo, young man, go ahead. Go ahead with your damn self. You earned it. You beat the best player in the world 2 times. Saddiq Bey. I like Saddiq Bey. Everyone likes Saddiq Bey. One of the hardest working players in the league. Has no hobbies. All he does is play basketball. In the addition of Kevon Looney. Who's Kevon Looney without Steph Curry? We're about to find out today. Or, this year. The Warriors, don't care. I've just seen enough Warriors games. I've seen this team too many times. I'm burned out. I'm over it. I love Steph Curry. I glaze Steph Curry all day. I also like Jimmy Butler. I think this is a middle-of-the-road team. And I know a lot of people think, 56 wins just feels like a lot. I know when Jimmy got to the team, they turned it around. I was watching basketball last year. I got it. I'm not saying they're not going to be good. They're just not good enough. But they're almost good enough. If this team gets to the Western Conference Finals, I won't be surprised. But they ain't making the finals. If they make the finals, I will be surprised. If they win the championship, I'll eat. I will eat this hat. Swear to God, I'll do it. With the addition of Seth Curry and Steph Curry together, that's fun. Still don't care. Still low on the watchable count. The Suns. Did you see KD? This had to be real, but someone said vibes are immaculate with the Suns because someone hit a game winner or something. They all did a coordinated dance, and vibes look good. They said, KD, vibes are good without you. And KD clapped back, Yeah, vibes are great when there's no expectations. Have a good season. Katie got him. Yep. Easy sniper. Shut him up. I think Katie's just having fun. I don't think he's that petty. I think he just likes talking shit on the internet. I think we can all relate. I just kind of want to move on. Also, we got Dillon Brooks on this team. That's exciting. I'm excited for I imagine they're going to be like 2 games where a lot of these change up and like different guys in different jerseys. It's going to be exciting for a little bit, but then I'm going to be over it. Once I see Dillon Brooks shoot 2 3-pointers and kick one person in the nuts in a Phoenix Suns jersey, I'm going to be done with it. The Hindenburg. The Flaming Blimp. Oh, the humanity. The Kings. I don't even have Russell Westbrook as one of the additions because when I made this slideshow. But he's on this team too. I would kill for a Hard Knocks in the locker room doc for this season's Kings team. It's going to be bad. I like Schroeder, but he's going to want the ball a lot. DeMar DeRozan, Russell Westbrook, Zach LaVine. Ooh, boy. Yuck. Love all those guys, but yuck. Put them all together? I want to be wrong. Trust me. And then you sign Keegan Murray. This is one of those things. People convince themselves that their star, if it's your stupid baby. They may be stupid babies, but they're our stupid babies. Keegan Murray is our stupid baby. Give him that long, big contract because we love him. He's ours. We know he's injured right now. We know we're signing a guy. It's a bad omen to sign a guy to a 5-year contract. When he's already injured, we're doing it, baby. We're doing it, stupid baby. I've been too mean. Celtics, I'm a little bit excited about because Tatum's going to come back. He wants to play basketball. They could. And Joe Mazzulla, he ain't about to tank for a season. He's not going to have an off season. That's not who he is. Also, Joe Mazzulla has become self-aware. The Joe Mazzulla psychopath, glazed in the eyes, million-mile stare. When it was authentic, I was into it, but now he has become self-aware. He has become Joe Mazzulla core. And the charm has wore off for me. But I'm still a little bit excited about the Celtics team. I want to see what Chris Boucher is going to do. I like his stats. Can I say I like his game? You think I've been studying Chris Boucher's game? A little bit. Last year I did, actually. Because I noticed his stats were so good, I wanted to watch him play a bit. I'm here for it. Sixers. Do I like pick and rolls? Do I like dribble handoffs? Do I like weak side ISO? I just made that one up. No, I like drama, and the Sixers are going to have a lot of drama. They have a lot of players on their team. And if all of them play, there are going to be some like disgruntled guys on this team. And why I like the Sixers is I like, what's the guy's name? I talked about I'm going to shut up. I already talked about it last week on the Patreon. Actually, I don't know what I talked about last week on the Patreon, but this week we talk on the Patreon. It's $2 a month, and then you get a weekly podcast. But I talked about mostly NBA culture and what it means to be an NBA fan. What the type of personality is of a person who enjoys the NBA. And I did get into a little bit of... What did I get into? I talked about Charlie XCX and Taylor Swift, and I related it back to the NBA. I talked about the Kings of Leon. Basically, when someone talks to you during the finals, because they've checked in, it's sort of like gatekeeping. Someone starts texting you about the finals, starts texting you about TJ McConnell, starts texting you about Tyrese Halliburton injury, and because they know you're into the NBA, and they now want to talk to you because they know something about the NBA. And you say, I'm glad you're enjoying the NBA, but we cannot have a conversation. My ball knowledge, your ball knowledge. Doesn't work. I love you. I respect you. But we are not the same. Check out the Patreon. The Heat, I don't know why they're this high. I've never really been that interested in the Heat. I think they're just a totally mid team. They haven't really done enough. Norm Powell trade, I'm not that excited about. You already have, I can't repeat myself. I'll say it real fast. You already have a shooting guard, doesn't play defense, and can score 22 a game. That's all I'm going to say. I want to see them get to the trade deadline and say, you know what, Nikola Jokić, his name is so close to Nikola Jokić, we're going to build around him. I think that's what's going to happen. They're going to say, who wants Bam? Who wants Hero? Who wants Norm Powell? We're going from the studs up. And that stud's name is Nikola Jokić. The Blazers, Young Han-sen, I think he looks excellent. I think he looks like one of the best centers in the league. That's how little I know about basketball. That's what I'm seeing out there. Remember, my basketball career ended freshman year of high school. I do a little bit of pickup. But to me, I think Young Han-sen, starting center in the NBA. That's how dumb I am. I don't know anything about basketball. Someone asked me to do their podcast and they said, we can do some basketball analysis. We can break down some game. I'm like, I don't know what. Me? No. I can't even pretend. I wouldn't feel, you know when people talk about imposter syndrome? I think the reason I've had imposter syndrome, you know why? Because at the time, I was an imposter. I was pretending I knew what I was doing. And I'm not doing that, man. That's scary. Someone's going to call you out and just be like, yeah, they need to work on their point of attack transition game. No, I don't know. I just sit, watch guys play. So it's going to be a fun team. I like Tamani Kamara. I want to see, can Scoot be the guy for that 1 week? Remember that 1 week in 2023 where we thought Scoot might be the number one pick over Wemby. There was a week. Slow week in baseball. But we talked about that. That was a topic of conversation. The San Antonio Spurs. Now we're getting into teams. We're getting teams where I'm coming home from the club. I'm coming home early from the club to watch the San Antonio Spurs. Of course, on League Pass. I got priorities, baby. Luke Cornett, Kelly Olynyk, Lindy Waters III. I actually like Lindy Waters III. That wasn't a joke. Of course, they did lose Mamu. I liked him. That ain't a joke neither. Dylan Harper? Carter Bryant? Bruh, I'm watching this team. I don't understand why people are saying they might not make the playoffs. They have to. Everyone's talking about Victor Wembanyama as an MVP candidate, but then at the same breath, they're saying they might not make the playoffs. No. Mutually exclusive. A team that does not make the playoffs cannot have an MVP candidate. And I don't make the rules. That's in the Bible. The Toronto Raptors are spending a lot of money. Masai Ujiri is now gone. The guy that wrote all those checks, not wrote all the checks, but signed all those contracts is now gone. So if they are bad and they spend a lot of money, there's no one to even really hold accountable. They'll just be like whatever. No one will care. They'll be like, damn, Masai, if we could fire you again, we would. Whatever. He can't. He's gone. But this is team, if they're not in the playoffs, that's a failure. It's okay to fail. My life is a giant failure, but I've learned lessons along the way. Toronto Raptors have to make the playoffs, or this is a failure of a team. If you spend that much money, you got to win a playoff series, matter of fact. And also, a lot of these guys are tied up for a lot of money. So you're going forward. If this team doesn't make the playoffs, you're basically going to run it back with the same team. And that ain't good. Now we're getting teams I like. I'm going to go home. I might have a hot date. I might cut it off early because I got to go home. Watch Porzingis and Trae Young in the pick and roll. I'm excited about watching this team. They have to make the playoffs. They're playoff lock for me. They're in there, man. And then they got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Luke Kennard. Don't even get me started on the legend, Luke Kennard. This team's going to be good. 44 wins. That will get you into the playoffs in the East. Asa Anul? I've said his name right, and I've said his name wrong. Asa Anul? I don't know. But they lost David Roddy. Where did he end up? I forget. I think that's all I have on this team. Risa Shea? Huh? That's fun. I'll get the check early to come home and watch some Risa Shea. All right. I'm not that excited about the Atlanta Hawks. The Clippers, on the other hand, can't watch their games because they're blacked out. Too bad. But I would watch a lot of their games because they're good. Even if Kawhi gets suspended, it'll sort of be the same story as last year. And then they got my man Chris Paul. They got my man John Collins. They got my man Brad Beal. I think they got my man Brook Lopez. They got lots of my mans. The thing is, there's going to be some drama on this team. I think Bradley Beal is not going to get the minutes that he wants. But this team is going to be fun. Why does Steve Ballmer make me pay $30 a month for Clipper Vision when he has $200 billion? Bruh. Greedy. Greed. You greedy bastard. Let me watch the Clippers games for free. Sorry. I love Detroit. Cade suffered enough through the Monty Williams year. He didn't cry. He never cried like a woman. And I respect that. He never cried on camera. I'm sure he cried at home a lot. That team was bad. He wanted to be good. And God blessed him with a good team and a good coach. And I'm excited to see what they're going to do. I also think if Malik Beasley doesn't go to jail, the Pistons are going to re-sign him. They don't care. He shot 40% from three. Shot like 9 threes a game. Dude, they're signing him. They got the contract ready. They say, hey, as soon as you're not under the state attorney's investigation, bruh, pick up the pen and sign this bitch. Now, I actually created a new category for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Larry O'Brien. That's the red tier on Tier Maker. I just don't think any team is as good as them. And I could give you a little hot take. I could spice this show up and say, the Nuggets, I think they could do. I don't. I'm a Nuggets fan, and I don't see that happening. This team is too good, and I think they're only getting better. I also like them. Dillon Jones. Do you think the loss of Dillon Jones is going to make this team worse? I don't. I don't think so. They're going to be great. I can't believe their projected wins are 59. They won 68 games last year. Doesn't make sense to me. The Magic, playoff lock. I like this team. I hope the boys, I hope Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero are doing ab rotations. I hope they're doing side bends. I hope they're not skipping. I hope they're not just doing sit-ups and crunches. I hope they're doing the full ab workout. I hope they're doing the full P90X ab ripper. Do you remember that video? Do you remember the ab ripper? P90X? Do you remember P90X? But they had a 15-minute ab workout called the ab ripper. That was some good shit, dude. It was hell, but these guys better do P90X ab ripper because they cannot be tearing their obliques, man. You can't have two guys tearing obliques. If you're the athletic trainer, if you're the strength and conditioning coach, and you weren't having these guys do ab rotations, well, you weren't. What am I saying? You didn't. Both these guys ripped their obliques. They had to have fired the strength and conditioning coach, right? I mean, it goes without saying. Two guys, same team, weird injury? Bruh. Unacceptable. So I do think this team is going to be good. Desmond Bane is going to shoot a lot of threes and make a lot of threes. Of course, we did say the same thing about our friend KCP, and that was not the case. Sorry, I'm so thirsty. I ran 10 miles today. Yeah. Some of y'all think I'm joking. Maybe I am. Of course, the Rockets are going to be fun. I should have checked to see if I could get a Rockets KD gif. What I should have done is I should have made a Rockets KD gif with AI. Kidding. I wouldn't touch AI. I wouldn't touch the stuff. I wouldn't dare. I want that drinking water to be drank, not to run a server. Of course, would never. The additions of Clint Capella. I love a guy coming back to his home team. I'm into it. And Kevin Durant, is he going to be a stink bomb? He kind of stink bombs most teams he goes to. He's always really good on that team, but the team gets worse. Is it going to happen in Houston? I hope not. One thing I did also talk about on the Patreon. Kevin Durant on starting five. Him talking his shit. I got into that. Him talking about Steve Nash. I talked about other people talking. Again. And I charge money for it. Charge $2 a month for it. 4 podcasts, $2 a month. The Cavs. I didn't skip a team, did I? No. Cavs, big old payroll going into the luxury tax, going into the repeat offender tax. You better win. Not even like you better make the finals. Like, you have to win. You're going to be in the same spot that Boston was just in, where they had to burn down the house and dip under the luxury tax. You're going to have to do that. So, get it together. Win the finals. It sucks, I know. They didn't even make the Eastern Conference Finals last year. But you have to win the finals. Otherwise, this team is getting dismantled. Dan Gilbert's rich. Giving dirty mortgages out, but he ain't that rich. It has to get done. And I do like this team. I love the Mavs this season. I think Kyrie's going to come back. I think the team is going to be good without Kyrie. Even with D'Lo. Even with your annoying friend from college, D'Lo. I think they're going to do it. I think they're going to be okay. And Kyrie's going to be inspired to come back. I've always had a soft spot for AD. Always had a soft spot for Daniel Gafford. I like his game. I like him being the host of the block party. I'm into it. And Cooper Flag, we could have, here's an interesting story. Best rookie season of all time. That'd be cool. I'm showing up. I'm cutting dates off early to go home and watch Cooper Flag and the playoff hopeful team. Dallas Mavericks. And I like the Lakers. I don't watch a lot of Lakers games because they're blacked out. But they're an interesting team. I still like LeBron. He's not my favorite player anymore. I'm ready for him to retire. I've already talked about this. But I like watching Luka play. And maybe Deandre Ayton, I kind of want to... I want to see who's going to be the stink bomb. I'm always looking for a little bit of drama. And this team, we could even... What if we got a LeBron trade demand? What if he's only getting 15 points a game? What if he's not got the most all-star votes? He's like, I'm out of here. Get me out of here. That's good stuff. You're going to watch those games. Austin Reeves? Some of you guys like him. And I always like Ant. Did you see Ant? He had that live stream on YouTube. He had the girl that played Matilda on the show. And he was... I can't believe he's like 13 years younger than me. And he watched Matilda in his childhood. I don't get it. But he had the girl that played Matilda on, and he was a clam. He was happy as a clam. That's an expression, right? He was happy as a pig in shit. I love that expression. But he was so excited to have her on and ask her questions. I wonder if she knew who Anthony Edwards was. I don't know. I didn't watch that part of the interview. But I love that he had her on. I love Anthony Edwards. He's a genuine article. Say what you will about him. We're not all perfect. I've done some bad things in my life. Maybe that's why Anthony Edwards, I feel this affinity. I feel this connection to Anthony Edwards because we both done some stuff. You probably done some stuff too. You're thinking about all them dirty deeds you just did. So you should like Anthony Edwards. Don't talk about how Anthony Edwards had 7 baby mamas. How many baby mamas you got? Yeah. Didn't think I'd ask. Joan Behringer. Joan. Is that really a person? I have no idea. Maybe he's had like a ton of highlights during preseason, but I don't. He's their rookie. I don't really know. I'll end up watching Knicks games. I just will. I like the team. I'm connected. I want to see if Mitchell Robinson learned how to shoot a free throw in the offseason. Got a feeling didn't do a lot of practicing. Got a feeling that's just something he's accepted he can't do very well. Maybe can Jalen Brunson? I feel like Jalen Brunson has reached top Jalen Brunson. I don't think physically he is capable of providing any more value to this team than he already is. And he's great. He's second team All-NBA perennially. Cat, I think he's sort of the same position where I put him on my first team All-NBA. I put Brunson on my second team All-NBA. I like these guys. But the peripheral guys, the Mikal Bridges, the OG Anunobis, the Mitchell Robinsons, they have to add a little, add a couple moves. Get a little creative. Show us what else you can do. You got to do something because he didn't have the juice last year. And my favorite team. Yes, we're at the end. This is just my favorite team. And like I said last episode, thought they, I was a clam when I heard Michael Porter Jr. was out. I was a clam. I love Cam Johnson. I love him as a guy. I think we're going to be net neutral from that trade, but we saved money. Now we're bringing in Dennis Smith Jr., Jonas Valančiūnas, and I think there was someone else, Bruce Brown, Brucey B. I liked what that move enabled us to do. But this team, they're the most watchable because I love Jokić. And this is my favorite team. That's it. I'm biased. I told you. I'm biased. I see the world through nugget-shaped glasses. Okay, well, there's a Patreon. The show just ended. There's a Patreon. Check out the Patreon. The weekly podcast, it's always over 40 minutes. $2 a month. Every Saturday. I think that's it. Oh, like the video or sub to the channel. I know whenever I hear that, I'm like, fuck you, I'll do what I want. So it never does anything. I'm always like, whatever, I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to do what you tell me to. Maybe this time you do. Be good to your mothers, eat a corn dog.